Alrighty. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Friday. How we doing? How you doing? Hey, how you doing? Where the New Yorkers at? Where's Staten Island at? Welcome back, everyone. How we doing? Good day yesterday. Very nice day yesterday. Very nice. Actually, you know what? I'll take that back. I take that back a little bit. Yesterday was an interesting one, right? It was very stock specific yesterday. Some good, some bad. Market really never showed any type of real strength. So, yeah, a little bit interesting yesterday. You had Nasdaq ES never really quite gained that momentum. And there's something very interesting today that I want to go over that's happening potentially as we speak right now. So we'll see. We'll wait a few minutes. We don't want to jump right into it here. Wait a few minutes for some people to jump in. Hope you guys had a good week so far. Hopefully you guys are feeling good, refreshed. Friday, coming up to a weekend, man. Except in Florida, it's gonna be gross in Florida all week. You got the I think El Nino. Is it El Nino? I think that's what it is. Something like that. Coming through Florida. Yep. It's just going to rain all weekend. And it's so windy out, man. It is so windy out here. It's like 30, 40 mile an hour winds. And when you go in the city, when you go down like a street, like a avenue, or what the hell am I looking for? I can't think of the word, but when you go down like a narrow between two buildings and that wind's pumping, it's pretty fast. Yeah, Florida's gonna suck. Cold in Colorado. Fly back to New York before it's too late. Next year, I'll be in Jersey Memorial Day. So, Chef, maybe we just find a way to see each other, Chef. Memorial Day next year. I already got my flight booked. I already got 2 Ninos. Morning, guys. How's everyone doing? Just everyone that's jumping in right now. Welcome to the stream. Almost my birthday. Yeah, Anna, almost my birthday. Next week, December 22nd. So next, oh shit, it's on a Friday? Wow. My birthday's on a Friday. That's great. So that Friday, we got Friday the 22nd, Saturday, Sunday, I believe markets close Monday. Is the market closed on Tuesday next week? Let's take a look. That's how we'll start the stream. All right, let's start the stream by looking at the market holiday calendar, man. I love looking at the market holiday calendar. It's my favorite thing to look at. Market holiday calendar. I love when I find a market holiday when the market's closed. Nice day off, right? All right. So, market closed Monday. And okay, it closes early on. No, that's 2023. Damn. No, market's open Tuesday. Unfortunate. The 26th, day after Christmas. You did the $10 Discord subscription, 2 days, nothing yet. When you sign up for any service from me, you get an email with an invite link. If it's the chart Discord, shoot me an email. Email should be, let me make sure the email in the description of this live stream is the right email. Yeah, you can go to contact me. I'll also add the email real quick. Hold on. We're going to do this real quick so that we got no excuses to ever interrupt the stream again. Hold on here, folks. There we go. Boom. All right, so you got a contact link and an email down below in the description. If you have any subscription questions, shoot me an email. All right, let's continue. So, welcome back. Let's officially start the live stream. If you guys are here, if you're happy, if you woke up on the right side of the bed today, press that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's jump into the economic calendar. We do have just a little bit today, nothing crazy. We got a little bit of PMI at 9:45 to be watching. So we have 8:30 Empire State Manufacturing Index. I don't expect that to be too big today, guys. I don't think that's really going to make a major move on the market, but we could watch it at 8:30. 9:45, about 15 minutes after open. PMI, Manufacturing and Services PMI. This is for Canada. I don't think that will affect us too much, but Manufacturing PMI, Services PMI, 9:45, and then that is the end of the week. The end of the week. We have survived a major economic week. Let's move forward to next week. And let's get Canada off because, we just don't need Canada there. So next week, looking forward to what we have next week. GDP on Thursday. Consumer confidence on Wednesday. And a pretty light Monday and Tuesday. So pretty light Monday, pretty light Tuesday. Nothing really there. Consumer confidence Wednesday. GDP Thursday. Unemployment Thursday as well. And then next Friday, PCE and consumer sentiment. Revised consumer sentiment. So, pretty light week next week. That GDP is probably your big one right there. Right? Canada, eh? But yeah, we have survived a pretty big economic week. Manufacturing PMI, Services PMI today. Keep an eye on that. Damn, what happened to the Raiders? Or what happened to the Chargers yesterday, man? Rest in peace to all the if you're a Chargers fan. Ouch. What it was like the fourth quarter, and I looked at my phone to see what the score was. It was 63-7 or 63-14. It's like, what the hell is going on? If you guys watched that game, I don't know. Maybe I'll watch the highlights. I don't know what happened there. All right, let's jump into it. There is one thing here, and one thing that you have to pay attention to today on the Nasdaq, and that is this the first potential lower high today, right? Is this, right? If we look at this market structure, all right, let's take a look. Let's zoom out and let's look at the last 2 weeks of price action. All right, let's look at the last 2 weeks of price action. Over the last 2 weeks of price action, hold on, make sure I got this in white. All right. Every previous high has turned into a support. So you had previous highs here, let's say, but they're back there. I'm just not going to zoom out right now. Previous high into support. All right? Previous high into support. 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 Right? This has happened every single day. Every single day for the last week and a half, you have seen previous highs in the market turn into new support levels, and that is why the market has continued to move higher. It has been extremely clear. Made a video about it on Tuesday, just about the structure of what we've been seeing, and this has continued to happen every single day. Now, today, you are potentially at risk of this not happening again. Right? You are potentially at risk of this not happening again. Right? You would have to get this market to come up and hold above this 16.9 today for this to sort of stay solidified, for this stair-stepping formation to sort of stay in. Today, you have possibly a lower high forming on the market, right? And that could be a hint of a little bit of a slowdown, right? A little bit of a slowdown. You know, maybe not. I'm not saying here we go, right? Downside straight to the new lows, right? That's not what I'm saying here. But this could be a signal of maybe just a little bit of a lower high, right? If that 16.8 today rejects, right? If we do not see this 16.8 hold and we see a rejection here, there could be a little bit of a, sort of change in structure there. So this is very important, right? However, the key thing that happened yesterday, which we talked very clearly about yesterday in the live stream, we said if we break under, what did we say in the live stream? I hope you remember this. If we break under our 16.8 and we reject it, there could be a little bit of weakness under that level, right? And that is exactly what we saw yesterday, right? So a very clean break and hold under this previous high, right? Right here, you can see right there, a very clear break and hold under that 16.8 yesterday, which created a very nice tradable opportunity. So that was very clear yesterday, right? There's no surprises. No surprises as to why this dropped. No surprises. This is a rejection back under that high, and you can see it again yesterday. Very clear, very textbook rejection yesterday. Where did you come back into? You came right back into that previous high, and you held, right? So that's still strong, right? This is still a strong hold above 16,660, right there, right? That's still a nice hold above 16,660, and you are still very well above it. So I'm not saying, this is the end. The end is near, right? It's not what I'm saying at all. All I'm saying is that there could be a little shift here, maybe into some, instead of just some straight up action, maybe we start to see a little bit of consolidation, right? Maybe this is what we start to see over the next week, right? After a big move to the upside, do we start to find a little bit of a consolidation range, right, in this general area here? Is this what we start to see? Maybe some consolidation before either a breakdown or another leg higher. So all eyes for me today, right? All eyes on 16.8 today. 16.8, 16, I'm going to bring it up to around this 16.8. I'm going to bring it to like this 16.820, to be honest, right? Because if we zoom in to this 5-minute yesterday, right, let's take a look at 16.820 yesterday. All right, this is yesterday's price action. 16.820, 16.820, 16.820, 16.820. Holy hell, man. It is windy. That was crazy. That scared me. There's like a huge whistle in my apartment from the wind. All right. Anyways, man, it's sketchy up. So I'm pretty high up, right? So I'm up like 62 floors in a building, and it gets scary on the balcony. It gets pretty sketchy. So anyways, back to it. So 16.820, right? All pre-market low support, which turned into, look at that, perfect rejections yesterday at 16.820. So today, right, look at what you're seeing here in the pre-market, 16.820, right? So that's the level to watch today, right? That's the level to watch today. If we come up into this level and we see some rejections, right, this could cause a little bit of downside. Hold on, I need to go see if that door's closed. I'll be right back, guys. All right, the door is closed, so it's just whistling out. All right, so if my power goes out, guys, just know that it's pretty sketchy out right now in Florida. So just know that. So 16.820, right? That's the level to watch today. If we get some type of a rejection at this level, you could definitely see a little bit of downside. So watch that level. Now, if we get above 16.820 again, and we hold above it, right, that could lead us to another upside move. All about this level for me today, right? That's going to be where I try to take my trades off of. This right here. I'm going to try to take my trades off of yesterday's double top rejections, yesterday's pre-market hold. I'm going to look to see what happens right here in this zone today. All right? So very clear there, right? Very clear there. Watch that level. If you get upside, watch that 16,886 supply above, right? That is right here, right? And if you get downside, you got to watch out for that demand again that held yesterday around that 660. All right? All right. Let's move on. QQQ. Now, QQQ, that same level, that 16,820, is 405 on the QQQ. That's right here. So let me make that red for us. This is actually a level I need to update it with the group because just sort of found that one there. So you guys can see right here, right? You have this. Hold on. Yeah, I like that 404 level, but I think I'm going to move it down to this little intraday low here. What is this, like 403? Yeah, we had 403. I'm going to leave it at 403, actually. All right, so QQQ. What can we see here on QQQ? We can see right here we have yesterday's rejection, and yesterday's pre-market low, yesterday's pre-market low. That is right at $405 on the QQQ. Now, we're going to watch that same level today at 405. So, if the QQQ comes up in the 405 and rejects, right, this could be an interesting rejection point and something to be watching for potential downside towards that 403 demand, which held here yesterday, right? If we get above that 405, right, and we hold above it, that could be your potential long entry, right? Why is that a potential long entry? Why is above 405 a potential long entry? The reason is because you have a previous high here intraday yesterday and a previous high here intraday. So you have a double top high at 405 yesterday on QQQ. Now, if you are able to, right, logically, if you're able to get back above a double top rejection from yesterday, and if you're able to hold above it, right, then that could be a flip from supply into demand, and that could be your long back to that 406. So the same level I'm watching here very closely, you can see all in the pre-market. You can see these rejections at this 405 level. This would be the key level that I would be paying attention to today on the QQQ. 405, that's either the rejection point to be looking for, right? Or that is the break and hold above long entry that I would be looking for today. All right? So 405, that's the level. To the downside, I think you have a little bit of demand here around this 403. And then, of course, we have that 401. Remember, we talked all about 401 yesterday in the live stream, which was a beautiful hold yesterday. All right? Let's go to the ES. So the ES, I don't have a level where it held yesterday. This 4750. Let me see if I can find a level from the past, because I didn't have a level at 4750. I had it down at 4740. Right? I had this level at 4740. That was this little low right here. Let me go back and see if I can find. Maybe I took it off my charts at one time. I got to go back even further. 4750. I'm not sure if you guys have that anywhere, but I'll look for it and see if I saw anything in the past at 4750 here. 4750. Sort of. Yeah, I guess you could say it's. I have 4740, but it's pretty damn close to. It's 10 points on the ES, not too much. It looks like it's this general zone right here. So this right here is 4740, 4750. Right? This low right here, this is back from December 1st of 2021. This little low right here, this is 4740, 4750. It's about a 10-point range. I had it at 40. Looks like it's holding a little bit more at 50. But if we go back into today's price action, right, we can see yesterday we held that 4750 pretty damn well, right? So we definitely want to have a level at that, we want to have a level there today, right? Right here, 4750, 4745. It's really this 10-point range between 50 and 40, but we'll just have them both on our screens just so that we're aware of where it's at. So 4750, that's where we held yesterday. That's that December 1st low. You can see we had a nice consolidation, nice push back to the upside. And what did we do yesterday, midday, that sort of held us higher, right? This was very key yesterday, and we were watching this actually in the chat. This little reclaim right here was very key, right? So you see right here, What happened to Larry? Oh, Larry. Hopefully everything's all right, man. Pray for you, Larry. Thank you for all the support, Larry, and sending prayers. We're all going to send prayers from the live stream to you, Larry. Hopefully all gets better. All right, so you guys can see right here, right? That 47.65, 47.63, that double top high from this is back on the 15th. So this is back 15th. Oh, 13th. I don't know why it said 15th. 13th, Monday, right? You saw that high. Now, you can see yesterday, not Monday, Wednesday. You can see yesterday we got back above that, and look at the hold back above that 47.65. That was very key, right? We reclaimed that previous high. So today, right, if you come back down, you have to watch that 47.65 as a demand, right? That could be a demand to watch out for, right? That could be a demand to watch out for down at 47.65 today. Now, the key, in my opinion, the key level, in my opinion, right now is this 47.80, right? Why do I say that? Why 47.80? For me, I see some pre-market highs from yesterday around that 47.80. What did I also see at 47.80 yesterday on the ES, right? I see right here at 47.80 yesterday on the ES some very clear rejections. So today, if I see the ES under 47.80, which it looks like it's having a little bit of trouble holding right now, but if I see the ES under 47.80, I'm going to be cautious on longing this market, right? Because that is a break back below yesterday's pre-market highs. And that is a break back below the rejection points from yesterday. So all right here, 47.80, and all right here, 47.80, were some rejection points from yesterday. And if we're back below that level, right, if we're back below 47.80, we need to be careful of that potential rejection point. So that's a very big level. And you can see right now, it is breaking that level as we speak. So if we're under that 47.80 today, guys, watch that rejection potential. I think you need to be above that for longs. And then obviously you have to be careful of the supply highs that are rejecting still on the ES. So 47.90, 47.80, and 47.65, same levels as yesterday, but we have to sort of look to see what they do today. How do they react today? That's really the key. I would look for 47.80 rejections. All right. SPY. So yesterday, the SPY held 470 decently well, right? You can see right here, we had a 470, we had 470, we had 470. So 470 attempting to hold up on the SPY. So that's the demand to watch below. You can even move it down to that wick low, maybe if you want, around that 469.50. I think it's this whole zone, right? Anywhere between 469.50 and 470 looks to be that zone that I would be watching for potential demand, right, today. So if you do get a move back to that area, watch out to see if that holds, all right? So that's the first thing. Watch that 469.50, 470. If you break under that, you come back down to this 468, right? 468, which is that low from FOMC, right? Now, if you get an upside move, right, you can see right here, very clear rejections around this 472 yesterday, sort of near close and in the after hours, and sort of today in the pre-market around this 472, right? So 472 is a little bit of a supply that I'm watching today. I'm being cautious of longing back into those. Also, honestly, if you extend this to the left, you can see it's a little bit of a low from yesterday as well, right? You can see like this 4.7. It's not perfect. It's around like this 471.75, 472. All right, because if we go here, let's look at yesterday's price action. Look at what sort of happened here. You have a low, and you have highs, right? You see that? That's a flip, right? That's a little bit of a flip. That is a bearish sort of flip right there. You can see down below the intraday lows, right? You break below it, you come back up, you reject it, right? That's a very interesting spot. that 471.75, 472, I'm a little bit cautious of longing into that area, right? That is the previous day lows here before the big flush, right? You have the lows in the morning around this area. You break below it. You turn it into a rejection point, right? You can see right here, rejections. And so if you come back into that level today, right, you need to be cautious of the rejections that could step in. So 471.75, 472, that's your supply above today. And then below, I'd be watching these lows from yesterday, right? Around this 470 and this 469.50. It's definitely a little bit of a slowdown, right? I'm not saying that, this is the top. That's just, it's not smart to try to time a top, all right? And in no way will I be taking action longer term by taking some like week, 2 week out SPY puts. That's not the way I trade. But this is definitely a little bit interesting, right? You have not seen on the SPY over the last few weeks, you have not seen lows turn into rejections, right? This is a very key thing. And if you're watching the market every day, these are the little things that you want to pick up on, right? We have not seen this structural break on the SPY over the last few weeks. Now, does that mean we're moving lower? No, that's not what that means. That just means that we could be in for maybe a little bit of consolidation, like I said, right? So 472, I think that's a big level to watch today. And then this 469, 470 demand below, okay? The big thing that I want to point out, guys, is just a little bit of a structural change there on the market. But look at what you're seeing here. And so this is something you need to pay attention to. Before we get into some stocks, I want to reiterate this just really quick, right? I want to reiterate this really quickly. 47.80, right? If you hold that, this could still maintain on the ES, right? If you hold that, this could still maintain on the ES, right? You have the previous pre-market highs. You have the rejections from yesterday. You have this little high here, right? And look at what's happening as we speak. You are technically, right, you just saw a pretty decent hold at 47.80. So you have to come into today without a bias, right? Because these are the levels that you have to be watching, and you have to just watch the reactions off the level. So right now, that's actually a quite interesting hold at 47.80 still. And if the ES does not break this level today, you cannot try to short into 47.80 because that is a very important level that has been holding, right there. All right. So 47.80, once again on the ES, you see it's there still, right? You see it's still there. That's very important. All right. Tesla, what a beauty. What a beauty. If you want to see my live trade on Tesla, go check out my video yesterday. The thing that's happening here today on Tesla, or actually what happened yesterday, let's first show you the level, and then we'll jump into the shorter term time frames. Tesla, remember this little high we were talking about at 247 right there, right? 247, little double top high. If we go down to the 2-minute chart, you are going to see, actually, no, let's just go to the 5. Here is 247 yesterday, right? This is that double top high on Tesla, and this is yesterday's price action. Let's go to the 2-minute chart to even get more detail here, because this is a great example of a bullish flip on a stock, right? And these are the things you want to look for. So if you came into the day yesterday prepared and you said, hey, I know 247 is supply, I know this is a key level, right? Look what happened from around 10 o'clock to around 11:30. Pretty much for an hour of time, Tesla just maintained above that 247 level. For about an hour of time yesterday, Tesla just continued and continued and continued and continued and continued to wick above a previous double top high, right? Right here. Previous double top high, and Tesla just wicked above that level for about an hour intraday yesterday. That was very key to the upside continuation. That was very key to the upside continuation. And even after getting an aggressive supply rejection, which is at 255, even after seeing that aggressive supply rejection, you still held above that level, right? So today, what I'm going to be looking for is, one, if Tesla pulls back to 247, is there a long opportunity off this level, right? Can I look to long off that 247 today? If Tesla gets under 247, is there a short, right? That's another watch. Also, do I see rejections at 255, and is the market weak, right? Now, if Tesla is able to get over 255, right, and Tesla, we could even, I like 255, but I would also put a line at the exact level that's rejected, which is 254. If Tesla today breaks over this level and continues this squeeze, look for that retest hold and look for that long off that previous high, right? Very clear on Tesla today, 254, 255. You either look for a rejection, you look for a break and retest above, right? Or if you just if you miss the move here and you end up down here, you look for that demand, right? Or you look for that break and hold below. Very clear, 254, 255, that's your supply, right? And 247. 252 a level? Yeah, I mean, you could put it there, right? You could have it there. I would have it like at this little consolidation low that's happening right now, around 250, 250. But I'm not really interested in playing that little short-term level there. I'm more interested in playing these larger levels, right? Because this 255 level comes from the 4-hour chart. So if I'll zoom back out and show you guys the importance of 255, just so you understand why that level could be heavy. If we go to the 4-hour chart here on Tesla, look at 255, 255, 255, 255, 255, 255, right? That's a pretty big supply right there. So we're moving into a 4-hour rejections. We're moving back into these 4-hour rejections right here. And that's why I'm really cautious of longing into that 255, right? I know that could be a little bit of a rejection point today. It was yesterday. So I'm a little bit cautious of longing into that today. Right, that could be where Tesla maybe pulls back a little bit and gives you another entry down at 247. All right, so 255, 254, and 247. Those are my watches on Tesla. Nvidia. All right, so Nvidia yesterday, I was looking to see if there was a long off 478. It took too long. It was 1 o'clock. I'm not trading at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, you got your dump below that level and quickly got bought back up. It looks like you got bought back up around this 474. So we could throw that on our charts, right? Why 474? I'll keep that on my charts for one reason, right? The reason for that is this high here, right? And these previous lows right here, right? Swing high November 29, 252. All right, let me take a look. Maybe I missed it. Oh, this one? Okay. All right. Yeah. I stand incorrected. A little bit of something here. A little bit of something there. Here's the thing, though, right? Here's the thing, okay? This is, I see the level. I understand why you guys are watching that. Here's the thing for me. Shoot, did I just delete that? Yeah, I did. If you hold 252, right? If you hold 252 today, right? Let's say you hold that swing high at 252 that you guys are referring to, which it looks like it's trying to hold right now, right? I see it. I see that hold that's trying to come in. Here's the problem. Are you going to long 252 into 255? That's why sometimes there's times where I'll ignore some of these levels because I personally would not. I mean, I'm just talking about what I would personally do. I would not long 252 into a double top and 4-hour supply at 254, 255, right? It's just not enough meat. There's not enough meat there for me to be interested in longing off that level, right? I'm not going to look to long into this supply off 252. That's just not enough juice, right? I'm more interested in longing here, right? This is an interesting long. Or that is an interesting long, right? It's just too close to that big supply above, in my opinion, to be longing 252. You might be able to catch a beautiful entry. Tesla could squeeze right through it, right? I could stand completely incorrect, right? But I'm not going to long into this 254, 255 level if we're up here. Okay? I hope that makes sense. I get the level. I see it. But in terms of risk reward, I just don't really love that idea. All right. So, Nvidia. So yesterday, where did Nvidia move very aggressively down into at this 474? It's right here, right? Very nice hold at that 474. You guys can see big drop, nice demand hold. Previous lows here from Wednesday, previous highs here from Tuesday. Very nice little rejection, support, support, right? And I could do something like this, right? I could do rejection, right? That turned into support, that turned into support, right? See that? It sort of color codes it for you, right? Fancy new tool, man. I love this thing. Shout out TB. So you could see that little rejection there, that turned into support. That turned into support again yesterday. So that's a very important demand, and that is absolutely something that I would be watching, right? Right there. Now, you reclaimed, and where did you get back above on Nvidia? You reclaimed, and you got back above this high, and you can see all in all, right, at the end of the day, you were back above that 478, right? You were back above that 478. So 474, right? 478, that's that 20 SMA. And really, in my opinion, this is uninteresting. This is not interesting, right? Nvidia is not interesting where it currently is. And why is that, guys? Because you are sitting in the middle of a channel, right? Nvidia could literally do anything today. There is no edge here. There's no edge on Nvidia today unless it trades back to a level. All right, unless Nvidia trades back to that 478, then maybe there's a long there. Unless Nvidia trades back to that 474, then maybe there's a long there. If Nvidia trades up into 488 supply or 490 supply, right? These areas are where I'm interested in trading. I have no interest in trading, right, in this zone. No interest, right? I need to trade stocks at levels which provide me an edge, right? There is nothing here on Nvidia as we speak to be trading. It's in the middle of a channel, and you want to stay sort of cautious trading in the middle of that channel. So I would watch 478, 474, and that 488, 490 supply, all right? And I would simply just wait, right? So just wait. Just wait for Nvidia to get to a level, right? It will get to one of these levels. You have to be patient and wait for it. AMD. So AMD is a good example of a failed break and retest, right? And this is just 100% transparency. Break and retest, it works a lot. You guys see it all over the place, but that does not mean it works every time, right? It does not work every time. And this is when we have to have risk management. We have to understand that nothing is 100%, right? And you can see it right here on AMD. So AMD, we broke above that 140 yesterday. And man, oh man, how beautiful would have it been if AMD did something like this, right? That would have been a beautiful trade, previous highs into a break and retest long off 140, right? That could have been beautiful. However, that is not what we saw, right? That is not what we saw. AMD, it had a little bit of an attempt, right, to try to hold above. It failed. It failed below. It did not hold below, and it moved lower, right? So did not hold above that 140. And guys, right, it's going to happen, right? This is why risk management and position sizing at all times is important, right? Because I know, right? I know there are moments in time in your trading career where you say, holy hell, I love this 140. I love this break and retest at 140, and I'm going to get aggressive in this one, right? I'm going to go bigger than I usually do. All right, I'm going to take a huge size here. I'm going to risk it all on the 140 break and retest on AMD, right? I'm going to go balls deep. And it doesn't work, right? And you blow up your account, okay? You can't get those thoughts. Those thoughts are very dangerous. That's the devil. The devil is speaking to you. Every trade, same type of size, right? You have to have that sort of size that, okay, I like this trade. I'm going to put this size into it. I'm cautious on this trade. I'll put a little bit less, but there's no such thing as this is the trade that makes me rich. I'm all in, right? Because at times it's not going to work, right? It's not going to work. And that did not work yesterday. So today you can see you have a 140 rejection very clearly coming in. Right? You see right there that 140 rejection is coming in as we speak. So you got to be careful of that 140 rejection today. Right? You got to be careful of that 140 rejection today. You see right here, 140, 140, very clear rejection. Now, again, this is very similar to Nvidia, right? This is your channel on AMD between 140 and 136. That's your channel right there. And you need to trade here or here, right? You are not trading AMD. Oh, I'm just going to take a trade over here, right? I'm just going to take a trade, in this general area here. No, right? I want to take a trade either here or here, right? Either at this 136 demand or at this 140 supply. So I would do nothing today on AMD, right? I would do nothing. I would look for that 140 rejection to come in. I would wait for it to bounce and reject. Or I would wait for it to drop and see if that 136 holds, right? That's what I would be watching on AMD today. Oh, ouchie. All right. So we are under 4780. Interesting. This is interesting. Let's go to the Nasdaq. Oh, oh man, isn't that a pretty one? Isn't that a pretty one? Right? Is that not pretty? Isn't that not pretty? Look at that. Yesterday high, yesterday high, yesterday low. Look at that rejection. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right? This is interesting, guys, right? This is interesting. This is a little bit of a flip. I'm not going to lie, right? This is a little bit of a flip. This is a little bit of a flip. Rejection, support, rejection, rejection, right? You can see it right there. You have a rejection here, right? You have a support here. You turn back into a rejection, right? And look at what you're seeing right now. This is a little bit of a flip. So, all right, if you move to the downside today, you're watching this 16,660 demand. That's big down there. Very nice break and retest right there. Very nice break and retest right there. Very nice. We can't get it. We can't get 1,000 likes, huh? Can't do it. All right, let's continue. Let's go to. We can go to Microsoft. I really don't like it today, but you could watch this this demand once again down below. You guys have this 366 demand that's sort of trying to hold on again today at 366 on Microsoft. You could watch that level. If you break below that level and reject it, that could be nice downside today. I would keep an eye on that one. All right. If I zoom out, let me zoom out to the hourly and get a little bit more time here. Look at this, right? Sort of look at this sort of channel that's been maintaining itself. It's been maintaining itself anywhere. I like 366, but I'll also put a level at these lows around that 363. So I'll sort of keep this whole area green. Now, why do I keep that whole area green, right? Why do I keep that whole area green? The reason I keep the whole area green is because of this low right here, right? Because it's possible that Microsoft moves lower and holds that low right there. So I don't want to be short into this low right here from back on Tuesday, or Monday, the 4th of December, right? I don't want to be short into that level. So that's why I keep that whole area green. So if we break under that 363, that's interesting, right? Because your next demand is down to 352. That could be an interesting short there on Microsoft. Now, if Microsoft holds this demand low, right? If we hold this demand low, then Microsoft could just continue to trade in this channel, right? It's very possible, all right? So 363, 366, watch that low, and then you have that supply above at 380. Let's go Google, because Google has been a weak one, man. Google has continued to be a weak one. And what has Google done here? I'm going to delete this. Actually, I'll keep it for now, but I'm going to make sure this is very clear to you guys on Google, right? Look at this. Previous low, I'm going to make this green. Previous demand low, previous demand low, right? Very clear there. What has Google done at this level right here? What has Google done at this 135 level? Google has now turned this level into a rejection point, right? That is very, very clear flip, right? Previous very strong demand low there, which created very strong upside, has now turned into a level that Google cannot get above, right? That is weak. That is weak stuff. But now, right, you do still need to be cautious of shorting into this 133. So where's the short on Google? Well, it continues to be at 135, right? This is where you're shorting Google, right? You're shorting Google here, right? You're shorting Google at this 135 high for that rejection right there. You're not shorting Google at the demand lows. So be a little bit cautious of shorting Google because of that flip, right? You need an entry up here. You don't get an entry at the demand lows. That doesn't make sense. But if you look for a break and hold below, right, then you could possibly see this demand, right? You could see that demand turn into a rejection today. If you see that, right, then you could possibly look for that short. So 133, 135. That's your little channel on Google. Look to see how that trades in today. Amazon. Okay, this is an interesting short for me today. Here's why. If the market's weak and we start to get some weakness on the Nasdaq, this right here, guys, is a channel high, 148.50, multiple rejections, right? You can see all those rejections at 148.50. We were able to get above it yesterday, but we did not hold at all, right? We did not hold at all. We tried, we attempted, and then look at what happened here, right? Look at that. So if you guys caught a short yesterday on Amazon, absolutely sexy, man. That's a beautiful short right there, right? You fall back below the channel high, and you just reject under it, and then you get that insane flush right there. So what am I looking for today? This, right? This could be very nice today. I will absolutely look for a short at that 148.50 today. If I start to see rejections where we rejected yesterday, I will look for that short entry. All right, that could be very nice today. Now, of course, if we get back above it, right, and you hold above it, then you have to be cautious of that long as well. All right, so I'm very interested in that potential short, right, in this general zone, in this zone right here, this zone right here. And that is also, right, if we zoom out, make sure you remember, this is still a very large hourly channel. Oh. And there it goes. And there it goes. Yeah, that's really hot, right? Look at that. That's really nice stuff. And there it goes. So let's hope it comes back up for us, man. Let's hope it comes back up for us. I need it to come back up now. All right, hopefully we get back up towards that level because there it goes. Oh, yeah, maybe we'll get it, all right? Maybe we'll get it. All right, let's continue. What else do I want to look at? We'll take a quick peek at Apple because Apple is at all-time highs, and it's maintaining pretty well. It's sort of sitting right in this general zone, right? You can see Apple's just sort of chilling in that all-time high. So, interesting. I'm probably going to leave Apple alone, right? I took one of my favorite trades of probably the year, to be honest. Probably one of my favorite trades of the year at that 192 demand hold and a beautiful upside move. So I don't know. I'm not really fond of trading Apple here at all-time highs. I'll probably let it sort of bake, see what it does. You know, if there's a really nice hold above, I'll look for that long, but I would be a little bit cautious trading Apple around this area. Yeah, Roku might end up making me lose some money. We'll see. I entered that Roku swing trade yesterday, and I added into it down around this 103, 104 area, but it looks like it's a little bit weak still, right? A little bit of maybe a fake squeeze through that. We got a monster squeeze through that flag yesterday. I added some around 106s, some down at the 104s. So I am down on this trade right now and possibly could be a loss for me. But this was a trade this is a trade I took with a month out. So I have some January contracts. And I am still going to look for this, right? I'm still going to look to see if this sets up. Now, the reason I still am interested in this setting up, right? The reason why I'm still interested in seeing if this sets up is because I still am watching this 96, 98 demand, right? I'm still comfortable in this trade if we're near that area, right? If we're above this area, this previous high, and these previous lows, I'm still interested to see if this channels, right, sort of consolidates and then breaks. I'm still interested. So I am down on it now, but I'm still going to monitor Roku. If it breaks under that 98, 96, then this probably starts to break, and I got to get out for a loss. Now, the reason why I'm sort of interested in this is because of a beautiful, absolutely beautiful Shopify here, right? Look at this. Previous highs, demand, right? And look at this little channel, right? You can see that channel right there. Pull back to that previous high right here, that demand high right there, and look at that hold on Shopify. That's a beauty. And Shopify just ripped yesterday, right? Shopify ripped off that demand yesterday. You can see right here. Look at how beautiful Shopify maintained this level for like a week, 2 weeks, right? This thing was holding 71 for 2 weeks. Look at all these demand holds, right? And you can see eventually you get that squeeze through. So very nice example there. And honestly, it's very similar to Roku and why I'm still interested, right? It's very similar of a move to that Roku daily. Does it do the same thing? You know, that's not a given, right? It's not given that Roku does the same thing, but it's a very similar chart that I will sort of maintain and watch here for the next few weeks. All right? Let's jump into coin and then let's get the hell out of here. And it's Friday and we got to go enjoy the day. So, Coinbase. Zoom out. You guys already know what I'm going to say. If you don't know what I'm going to say, then you obviously do not watch this live stream, right? You obviously do not watch this live stream if you don't know what I'm about to say, right? So if you're in line with what I'm about to say, then well done on you. All right, so here we go. You guys already know. Rejection. 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 Okay? Break. Hold. Right? And if this thing holds above this 148, right, this could lead to further upside. That's a bacon retest. Yeah. So, yeah, all about this level, right? You got to hold over 148. If you can hold over 148 and this thing can continue to demand hold there, that could be a nice continuation move. Now, here's where you have to be careful. If Coinbase falls back below that and turns this back into a rejection, right, then that's going to move back lower. Okay? 148 Coinbase. All right, let's look at the Nasdaq. So Nasdaq, this is going to be a tough area. I'm already going to tell you, all right? This is going to be a tough area because you sort of have some question marks in this area. You sort of have a little bit of question marks in this area between 820 and 660. Let me go ahead and zoom in here and try to get a little bit more of a detailed view. I would say keep this on your charts here, right around this area, right? Keep this on your charts here, 745, right? Keep that on your charts there, 745. I'd say that, right? That could be a little demand right there. And if you break under that, yeah, see, you still got to be a little bit cautious of these lows too, right? Around 730, right? So it's this whole little zone right here that I don't know how fond I am of being short into, right? It could be this entire zone right here. It's these lows here, right? And it's these lows here. So I would say this area, this 730 to 745 could be some demand, right? If you break under that, then you probably move into the 660. So this is how I'm going to keep my charts actually right now. This is exactly how I'm going to keep them. I'm going to keep it 820, 730 to 745, and 660. Those are my zones right there. And on the ES, okay, look, right? Look at what the ES is doing. Very key. Very key. So this is how we're going to leave the live stream. Look at this. Previous highs. Support. What did the ES just do? So, 47.63. Look how important that level was just there, real time, as we're on this live stream. 47.63, 47.63, 47.63. So you have your demand at 47.63. I say you have a little bit of supply around that 47.80, and you have some supply up to that 47.90. All right? All right, guys. That's how I'm going to leave you today. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. If you guys could, before you head out, please press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Going to run a little bit of ads right there for you guys that are waiting for the outro. I'm going to smack you with an ad. Thank you guys again for all the support. Thank you again for everything. Thank you again for all, just everything, man. Just thankful. Thankful for you guys. Thankful for everything going on. The market's been hot. Obviously, things have been going well. So hopefully you guys are learning. Hopefully you're getting educated. Hopefully the content I provide is helping you. Yeah. Have a fantastic weekend. And I will see you guys on Monday. Peace out.